Hello YouTube, this is Mightymuffin with another episode of my Let's Play. And I am on my creative world, playing with sorters. This is actually technically a valid sorter. It doesn't work because you can't have the prerequisite row of hoppers feeding a line of them, but it does properly sort. Unfortunately, I had to toss it. If it had worked, that would be the best thing ever. I saw something similar to this. I'm not sure if it's identical or not on JL2579's most recent server tour, which I believe was 3 at the time of this recording. It's fairly straightforward. It's pretty simple. A lot more simple than these. These were used because back when I built this, the comparators had like a 0.5 tick delay instead of a 1 tick delay, so this was faster. But this is about as small as I can make it. I can make this one, it's a little shorter, but you have to step the hopper going down out one, so the effect is the same. It's actually slightly more expensive because you have to have 2 hoppers on one level here. So I just went with this one. I played with it for a while. And that leads us to this. This is a recreation of one of my storage room areas with the sorting system. Now this is actually technically the floor. This right here is the floor level for the area above. So there's going to be a bunch of hoppers sitting flush with the floor on that area. I don't know if they're going to get in my way or not. I'll find out. And I didn't actually have to tile these for the most part because my chests are one separated, because I like the look of it more. I could have made them a solid sheet like I have on my Ender, but I like that look more, especially with an open system like this. You don't want that many chests shoved together. It would just look bad and be confusing. So this is what I went with. You can see it's using a lot of hoppers. And things did get a little squirrely over here. I had to... These hoppers used to be on this side. So for these chests, it used to have these hoppers here. But it didn't give me enough room for this back row of 6 chest columns. So I shifted them all to the other side, and these 2 hoppers kind of take a little bit of a, or these 2 sorters, sorry, take a bit of a turn here. It works the same, but, well, it's turned. That way it fits within the same footprint. I also could have put them on this side. Originally I had that one and that one on this side, also turned like that inwards, but I decided to try to move these over and see what happened, and it gave me just enough room. Now these don't have to be in like this, I just wanted to, so I did. But that's the basic design. There's a certain amount of satisfaction to making a stack of hoppers. And there we have it, 3 stacks of hoppers. So now I think I'm going to go over here and put in the bottom hoppers for all 4 areas, and then go up top and start clearing and get more repeaters. I think I'm low on them. I have enough comparators. I have a lot of comparators, probably not enough, but I'm really low on repeaters. So I'm going to have to cook up some don't I imagine? Yeah. But I will be back once I've done some of the basic setup. Okay, quick redesign here. I realized that I forgot to account for the fact that this is actually a wall. So there can't be hoppers there. So what I did was I shifted them back over. Well, not quite yet. I need to move all these over like that, but that doesn't really matter. And then I left this one turning the way it is, and then I made this one go outside and turn here. Meaning these hoppers do kind of need to do this now, because if there's a hopper here, it gets disabled whenever that's on, and that one's always going to be on, so that's a problem. So they do have to do this little inward jaunt here. I haven't switched the other side, I just wanted to go over here and experiment. Okay, so I've burned off 2.5 of my stacks. I think I miscalculated slightly. And I now have hoppers attached to these chests. There are 2 exceptions. This row where the monster farm will eventually be, and this row where the egg farm is, or the pumpkin farm, and eventually the iron farm will pipe in through here too. I haven't done those yet because, well, they require a little bit of special attention that I'm not quite prepared to give it yet. But I have all those in place. I think I'm just going to go make up a couple more stacks of hoppers because I'm going to need them. And then I will start making the loop. So I burned through the first 5 of my estimated stacks of hoppers, and here are the next 10. I actually will need 2 more stacks maybe? I don't know. It's a lot. This is quite seriously the most expensive build I've ever done. But it will pay off in the end, I hope. Okay, where's my... There it is. So, I guess I will be back once I've completed. Okay, so, the hoppers are laid out. Now, some of the hopper chains don't have hoppers underneath of these ones against the wall. 2 of them don't. But I'll deal with that once I've gotten a little further. Next thing I have to do is get a ridiculous amount of ender pearls renamed. So this is basically how it will look. I haven't populated this one. No, this one. With the appropriate ingredients at for any of these, but I did get 2 of the 4 built. This one over here is done too. So both the ones that I have gone and done the hoppers against this wall, the back wall, have been done. Okay, I got enough item frames to at least start my plan. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put multiple on there if this column gets multiple. I'm going to feed it both flint and gravel. I don't really see a point not to. So I'll put a second sorter up top, probably in this column, and sort flint into here as well. So slowly but surely I'm getting there. Most annoying part is waiting for those cows to grow up. Still missing a couple. That's going to be a dispenser to go with the dropper. I'm not sure I'm really going to keep these separated like this, but for now they're space fillers essentially. And I have now assigned every square. Glowstone dust and gold nuggets are over here, even though they can go elsewhere, because technically they can drop from mobs, and I needed those 2 slots filled. I think that whittled them down enough for now. That's 16 more item frames. So I will be back once I've finished the sorting room. I'm sure you're getting bored of my ranting monologues while explaining what time-consuming yet minor thing I've accomplished. I have been busy. I managed to get item frames for everything, at least everything that I can think of. These are for melons and melon slices. I just don't have any melons or melon slices to put in there. And I have been enchanting ender pearls with X. I think I can get in here. And I've been placing them. So now all I have to do is go through and do probably even a more tedious thing and get the actual sorted item into all the sorters and add more sorters, because I only have 1 sorter per chest right now, but things like these ones need 2. This one needs 2. I also expanded most of these actually. Oh, behave. Oh, goody. Of course, I have to go and ruin everything. I went and built buffer systems here to increase the capacity of these, like cobble and gravel and dirt, by 3 chests. I just chained it into here, and then those are cascading, so it dumps into the main system. And I think that's basically what I'm going to do for all the items that are going to have overflowing issues. But that pretty much covers what I've done so far. I'm very close to having this system complete. I still need to... I went and added the hoppers behind these walls, but I have yet to crap. I think this one's clear. Die. I've yet to connect the output to them. I'm going to need a dropper chain. I realize I could have those ones chain into the sorter. I might still have them, but this setup needs a dropper chain going up into the sorter. So I'm not sure what the point of rerouting those ones up there would be. These ones. I think it would just take more effort than it's worth, since they're going to be funneled down through here, and it would get into the sorter. But I need the sorter, or I need the dropper chain to actually reroute everything so that it enters in this corner here, so that all of these will be hit on the first pass. Which is kind of tiresome to think about, but that's pretty much what I need. I also need to get everything rearranged. Still have a lot of eggs in there, that's where they belong. But I have a couple pumpkins and a fair amount of sugar cane. I'm going to convert most of them to pumpkin pies and shift them into this chest. This one will doubtful ever get sorted directly because I'll probably just sit here, craft everything together, and then dump it into that chest manually, but it'll be capable of being sorted. I also might combine these two if I run out of room, because honestly I don't think I'm going to be producing that many of those, and this one's still an issue. I just put a tree in there because that pretty well describes all trees, but I still need to figure out what to do with these. For now I'm just going to leave them in there and not sort them, because it's not something I commonly get, much like cocoa beans. I don't normally get those, but they need somewhere to go, and I don't have a lot of cacti, so I multi-purpose this stack. Technically this shouldn't be, the pumpkin pie shouldn't be here, but that's the most convenient location for them to be placed. And I'm not exactly happy with this arrangement yet either. I might combine some things up. I'm going to put a dispenser in that slot there. But I might move the hopper over to here and scrunch everything down a bit. I also don't know that I like the fences being sorted, but at the moment they are. And I don't have any mossy cobblestone at the moment to put into the sorter or give a location, so I haven't done any of that. But I'm happy to have my item frames all placed, or pretty much all placed. There might be a couple changes, like I might move glowstone into the redstone column. Glass deserves its whole column because I'm just going to funnel excess sand into it. I've decided what I'm going to do is, if I can get back there, I'll put a comparator on this chest here. Oh, die. And set it up so that it only detects when it's filled up completely. And when it's filled up completely, it'll flip an inverter, which will turn off a redstone line going to a hopper that will be in this spot here. That hopper will go to the furnace area, so that when this chest is full of sand, all new sand added gets turned into glass. That's basically how I want it to go. Same thing with cobble. When this chest is full, dump all excess cobble into making, or well, these actually have overflow hoppers, or overflow buffers, so I might change that around a bit. Since there's an extra, there's actually 6 chests attached to the cobblestone line instead of the 3 that are showing. And I have plenty of cobble. I don't know. It'll be an interesting system, but not something I need to work out today. I want to get the sorting room up and running and then worry about funneling things, like coal. I want coal to funnel automatically into this room, but I'm not sure if I want coal or coal blocks to funnel into it. We haven't decided yet. Running a little low on coal in there, though. Huh. I need to go mining. Haven't needed to go mining to get coal in a while. I also like that if you're far enough back, you can access the chest through the item frame. I didn't notice that until today. But I'm getting close to having a complete sorting room. That will make me a happy, happy camper. Once I've gotten that completed, then all I need to do is Once I get the sorting room complete, this room's my top priority. Oops. Oh well, I don't care. Because I need some way to input into the sorting system. Then I think I finally need to get around to I really hate slimes. Then I need to add the farms into these sections. I don't think I need to add a layer on the floor because I'm pretty sure the farm will be like right here, so these won't interfere. The circuitry for the farm's collection systems, and I'll have 4 of those, and maybe smaller ones, because I know I want wheat, carrots, potatoes, maybe not smaller ones, and I'll put netherwort there. I'll have to manually replant them, but since the sorter is right there, I'll be able to just dump straight into the sorter, which makes things convenient for that. And then on top of the circuitry, I'll add a new floor, and I started clearing up here because clearing with this pickaxe is just crazy fast. Actually, not this pickaxe. This one's a fortune one, actually. But I'll clear here. I'll leave the floor here in until I clear up as high as I desire, which I won't really know until I get this circuitry built and the new floor on top, which is going to take forever. I have to put a false floor in, I guess, and then continue these shafts on up to it. I might get interference with that, which might not be a bad thing. I could replace it with the infallible version. These things are going to keep haunting me, aren't they? Let's see, what elevation is that? Oh, that's close. I'm getting almost to the point where I'm above the slime spawning. I believe it's 40, isn't it? I don't know. I need to figure out, I actually need to locate these stupid slime chunks and figure out a way to deal with them, because they're driving me nuts. I might turn one of them into a farm, I don't know, but these particles are really annoying showing through my ceiling since it's only half a block thick most of the time. And they just keep spawning when I'm down here working. Most of the time lately I've been working in an enclosed area, so it doesn't really matter. The big ones can't get to me, and the small ones I just ignore. But once I finish this latest project, I'll be working more under the floor here, and I might have issues with big slimes spawning in the corners of this room. I'm still pretty happy with that design. But that pretty much wraps up what I've been working on now. Now I just need to actually finish this room. and I will be a very happy person. Also, I can't wait until the coal blocks get out because they're a very lovely black color. It's kind of like redstone. There it is. The redstone block texture, but black. So it's like black in the center with kind of gray on the sides. And I think it's a cool looking texture. It'll be interesting to play with it. Would be really cool is if it has a long burning function like netherrack. Since, it's a block made of coal, it logically should burn for at least longer than planks or something like that. But I will be back once I've hopefully completed this sorter, and then I'll get to move on to a new task, like building my manual farms or my melon farm. I'd like to get my melon farm up and running too soon. Because melons means glistering melons, which means healing potions. Because the fall damage from the very top of this is slightly random, so sometimes I'll land down here and have 5 hearts, other times I'll die. Don't want to use my X's. Those took a while to enchant. And I learned the hard way that I really need to replace those so that stops happening. Learned the hard way that putting beds on glass is a bad idea. Because I fell down from up here, I died, and then I respawned somewhere. It was really far away, it took forever to get back here. Fortunately, I had the coordinates recorded. But I have ender pearls, so I can just hop down here until I get some auto healing stations built. So I'll be back once I've hopefully completed my sorting system. So I've had a bit of a redesign. I saw a video by Seth Bling showing infinitely expandable storage using this, and I want to try to get it implemented before it's patched out, because there's actually 10 minecart chests here, all stacked within each other. And things can, well, if I weren't being an idiot, things can fall into it. I'll grab some of these to demonstrate. So if I toss these into the sorter, you'll see they're making their way in here. But if those 3 chests, given that stack's contents, that's unlikely, but if those 3 chests manage to fill up, these chests would start filling. And since there's 10 of them there, that's essentially 5 double chests extra, and I can just keep dumping more in here. The iron cost is a little high, but honestly, I really don't care about the iron cost anymore. And the minecarts are going this direction, but I'm blocking them like this just to make sure. I don't want them moving. Stacked minecarts like that tend to do really strange things when they get moving. So we want to avoid that movement. But I'm pretty sure that wraps up this episode. Just wanted to show the last addition, or the last thing I'm going to add to all of the sorters. It's It's going to take a while, and I'll probably burn off all of my lumber pretty quickly doing it, but I think it'll be a worthwhile endeavor, especially for things like my cobblestone sorter area and things like that. So that, as I said, pretty much wraps up this episode. As always, any comments on how I can improve my videos is always appreciated. Until next time, thanks. Bye.